Yeah, okay. So, hello, all, good morning and good evening. So, today we are going to discuss about Angular routing. So, last class we were discussing about Angular with HTTP. So, how to get data from the server. Okay. So, today's class we are going to discuss about the routing. So, how the routing is going to be provided in Angular. Okay. So, here, um, okay, let me open this. So I have created this project, this app using Angular NG new. I'll tell you what I have done. Okay, see here. Um, so what I have done is I have done in just NG new Angular minus routing. But here, one important thing you have to note here is whenever you hit this command, it asks for first question it asks, do you need routing or not? Okay. So if it is asked like this, you have to enter Y because it will create some basic configuration requirement for the routing. So you must make this as Y, and also the CSS framework it is normal. The CSS we have to select, not SAS and all CSS. And very important thing is routing. Make sure you give the answer as Y because it will make a default settings for you for routing purpose. Okay, I tell you what settings are there for routing, but just make sure you give this Y option. Now, in this routing, what is my plan is I'm going to use all the concepts whatever we discussed till now because we have discussed the first thing is data binding. We discussed data binding concepts because like a four ways of display data binding, and also we discussed like components, and we discussed services, and yesterday we discussed HTTP, and now we are discussing routing. So my plan is not only just empty routing, I want to combine all these components in the routing class so that you'll be having a clear idea how to use and which to use and what when to use. Okay, so that's a plan. So okay, here my example here is I will just go to page. Okay, here I'm going to develop a small application. That application, it looks like this. I need an application which contains a navbar because mostly routing is sense it must have a navbar. Okay, so in the navbar I want to make branding. Let's say Angular routing. So along with this, I need to have some various links. Let's make the first link. So here I want to display employees is one link. Okay, employees is one link. Another link I want. So this is going to be the stocks. Okay, employees and stocks. So I want to make a complete routing between employees and stocks, and complete details I want to display on my page. Okay, so here all these concepts is going to cover. Okay, and also I'm going to create some components, and also I'll make one more thing. I want to create a footer as well, footer components. Okay, so I tell you what are the list of components we are going to create in this. The very first one is navbar components, that is this for navbar, and we will create a footer components. Okay, let's make a proper order. Navbar components, and this home area, because whenever this complete application is loaded, okay, before you click on the employees or stocks, before you go on to that, so Angular routing means for empty path, I need to open a basic setup like a welcome page or something. So for this I need a home components, and next this footer. So I need to make footer components, and also employees component and stocks component. So we need employees components and stocks components. And one more thing, what is my plan is in the employees. See, when I click on the employees, all the list of employees is going to display in a table format. Okay, but in the table format, whenever I click on a particular employee, it has to switch to the next page, and which contains complete details about the employee. So for that purpose, I need employee details components. And even for stocks also, when I click on a particular stock link, it has to go to exactly that stock page. So that is stock details components. So I need these many components for this application now. And I also need a set of services. Let me write the services here. So what services means, because you need to fetch data, right? And we never maintain data in the local. We need to get data from the online HTTP. So for that, I need two services. One is employee service, and another one is stock service. Okay, so this is the plan, and we'll use HTTP module to fetch the services. And anyway, UI we are using a Bootstrap. Okay, Bootstrap 4. So this is the plan of today's class. So let's start. So here I have made this thing, but I have not configured any Bootstrap. Let me configure the Bootstrap first. So I will go to the previous example anywhere like services. Let me copy the Bootstrap. I'll paste it in the main app folder. Not paste it. And also I'll modify the angular.json file. So notepad plus plus. Let me copy the styles and scripts. Go to the angular.json of this application. It's just close it. Yeah. Okay. Open angular.json of this app. Here, styles and scripts. I'll replace. Okay, then. So Bootstrap configuration is ready. Now let me start the server. So go to terminal. Let's say ng minus serve. It's take a lot of time. I'll do one thing. I can start that from outside because maybe because of this WebStorm has become very slow. I'll start the same. I mean the same path from outside command prompt. You can do both. Either you can do here or there. Both are command prompt only. No? So I will just right click, open directory path or open folder. Okay, show in folder. It shows the folder structure for that. Yes, this is the folder structure. Copy, and I'll open an empty command line. Oh, it is there only. CD space. Sorry, something wrong. CD space. Enter. Yes, in the routing, I just start with ng minus serve. Enter. Because this outside command prompt is far better. I mean, bit faster than WebStorm. Okay, let me check. It takes time. Yeah, started. Okay, so it's started. Let me go to here. I enter 127 uh, 4200, enter. Yeah, so I got this home page, and let me go back to here. So we know this home page is coming from the app component.html. So let me go to the app component.html. Here, generally for previous all applications, we are going to remove all these lines, right? But but you can remove. But in this one, very important thing is, lastly, there is an extra thing is there, router outlets. So this is exactly required for routing. So whenever you select the routing option, when you create a new project of Angular, you have to give the Y as a routing option, right? So it will do this type of configuration. It will make this tag, and also it's create extra file called app routing module, and that is also configured in the app module.ts. I show you. It's creates, if you give the Y option, it will automatically create the stack, and it creates an extra ts file. This one, app routing.ts, this creates extra, and also it is configured app routing module, and it is imports. Okay, so these steps has done automatically if you give the Y option. Okay, so careful and don't delete this. If you delete also, you can write it automatically, no problem. So let me delete all. So for routing purpose, it is router outlets. So this is most important. Yeah, I'll just come back to this. So I remove everything. Nothing is there. Yep. Okay. So now here, my plan is I'm gonna make this app. So it means I need to create this type of, these components. So for components, I create separate folder called components, and services, I create separate folder called services. So in the app, I create a new directory, components, and I create another directory in the app, services. Okay. So in the components, I'm gonna create first navbar components. So how to create this? Let me select that. Right click, open in terminal. So we know the command, like using Angular CLI, ng g for generate, c for components, and name of the component. Just say navbar. Enter. Okay. So navbar has created, and fine. Let's make this. Let me configure that. Let's say app navbar is the tag. Okay. So let's check what happened. Navbar works, but I didn't need this. I need a proper navbar. Let me go to Bootstrap quickly and get a good navbar. Let me go to Google. Let me search for Bootstrap. Here, let me go to official website. Go to documentation. Go to components. Go to navbar. Yeah, here you can copy this navbar and back to our app navbar components HTML. I don't need this because this is what displayed over here, and I don't need this. I need a proper navbar. Let me paste. Okay, so as soon as you paste, automatically this navbar is gonna display. Yep, but I don't need this. I need some other styles. Let me slightly modify this. I don't need the search box and all. So plan is I don't need the form. Next, these many links not required. I just make only home link, and span is not required, and yeah, it's now, but let's me make it as Angular routing, and yeah, it's not hash, it is slash home page. Okay, but we don't have home link also, no? We have two other links like employees and stocks. This Angular routing itself is home link. Okay, let's make employees, and copy this. I make another one. I don't need active. This is stocks. employees and stocks, and the background color for navbar, let's make navbar um, navbar dark and bg dark. Okay, anything else? Okay, let me check. Yes, I got it. And let's make it inside a container. It's better. So what is my plan is, let me copy all this. Just keep inside a container so that you get enough space around this content. Okay. And this employees, I'll give bit space around them. That's just padding. Let's go for px2, and here also px2. Okay, looks good. And one last thing, I need to make some basic icons as well. For our Angular routing, let's make itag with the class uh, fe minus some snowflake, some icon. And for employees and stocks, I need some icons. Itag the class fe minus users icon. And for stocks, not sure. Itag the class fe minus money is there. Money, money bill, money check alt. Okay. Oh, it's not display. Okay. Actually, the problem is we have one second. I tell you, we have. Let me go to angular.json. Yeah. See here, we have only configured the font awesome, the local link. We have not configured the global link. That's the only reason icons is not coming. So better I give the global link of font awesome. But where you give the global links is not here. Better go to the index.html. With that, yeah, here. Open index.html. Yeah, better you give the global link here. I think I'll just get from my local Bootstrap folder structure. I think it is there in Bootstrap complete files, any typography. When I open that, yeah, this one, fontawesome.com release something. Yes, I just gave the link, paste. So this is most important to display the actual icons. If icons are there in your browser cache, it will display, but for new icons, it must be required. Okay, and make sure it should be configured in the index.html only. Okay, and where we stop, let's check once. Yes, I got a stocks icon. That's it. But let me go back to navbar again. Navbar components. Yeah. So we finish the navbar. Enough with this. And then I want to display some content here. Okay. So whenever, as soon as you load a home page, I need to display a content. So to display this content, I need one component. That's a home component. As we discussed, I'm going to display a home component now. So back to the terminal here, nggc home, enter. Okay, so home component as created. Let me configure that in the app component.html once. Let's add here app minus home. Okay, if I give the home component link, yes, home works. The default HTML tag has created. Let me go there in the home component. Yeah, I delete this. What I need is I need a perfect code. Okay, so here I will just display a jumbotron. So my plan is I go to navbar. I mean this official website. Let me just create a jumbotron here. So go to the components and just search for jumbotron. And here I need yes, this one. Let me copy that. Here I write. Uh, I just paste it. Jumbotron, but this content has to be inside a container. Better one container and then paste it. The Jumbotron container and this content. So let's check. Okay, I got some sort of content, and let's make some not hello world and this basic paragraph. I have to change this. So let me change this. Let's say welcome to Angular routing, and this paragraph I'll change to lorem 40 tab, and I just need another paragraph p with the class called lead. Just say lorem 50 tab. Okay, so I got a content. Fine. But this is black and this is blue. Not looks good. Let me convert this also to be black. I mean a dark color button. So they say btn minus dark. Okay, looks good. Then yeah, home component is ready, and I need to make two other components. One is for employees and one is for stocks. Okay, employees component and stocks components. So let me create uh, two components. One is employees components and stocks components. Back to WebStorm, back to terminal here. NGGC employees. Okay, one component, and I create an again immediately here only. NGGC stocks. Okay, two components. Okay, so created. So let me configure them as well here. Let's say app, not app employees. Sorry, you have to give the tag app employees, and below app employees, I also configure the app stocks. I'm just configuring just for time being. I'll just do a routing after creating all this. Okay. So I have made employees and stocks. So let's check. Let's refresh once. Refresh the. Yeah. See, employee works, stock works. Okay. Let's make these two also like this type of um, jumbotron. So plan is let me copy the jumbotron of home. Yeah. Let me copy this thing. I need the same setup for my employees and stocks as well. So copy that. Go to the app employees, app component.html. I mean employee component.html, and then paste it. Okay. So let's say welcome to employees. Okay. Uh, I just exchange these two paragraphs because you can be very easy to understand is it really going to the other page or not, because we have a same content. No, you feel like you never see any difference in content of the paragraph. You only see the difference in heading. You may feel like only heading is changing, not like that. So I just exchange the paragraph so that it will be easy for you to what do you call identify. Okay, nothing much. Just this paragraph has a exchange. Okay, employees is ready. Now check. I got employees and then stocks. So stocks also go to home component.html. Copy this. Open the stocks. Yeah, stocks.html. I just replace the stocks. Here, welcome to stocks. Okay, I made three components now, and just check. You have welcome to Angular routing, and then welcome to employees, and then welcome to stocks. Fine. See here, this is the home page, correct? When I click on employees, actually when I click on home, only welcome to Angular routing has to be displayed, and these employees and stocks should not display. So when to display this stocks and employees is whenever I click on employees link, then employees has to be displayed, and when I click on the stocks page has to display. Okay, that's the plan. But here all are display in a same page because we simply configured everything in a app components. It was display. Okay, so this is not the way of writing the routing. So what is my plan is I delete all this. This is just for testing purpose. I made all to see the output. This I just delete all this. Okay. So if I delete all this, only one thing which is there is router outlet. Okay. I tell you, if I delete, nothing has display. Okay. So my plan is when you click on Angular routing, that home page, employees means employees, stock means stock. And also you can make a path also. So the plan is when I say empty slash request, I'm going to display the home component. And when I say slash employees path, then I'm going to display the employees component. And then when I say slash stocks, so then I'm going to display the stocks components. Okay. So this is my plan of routing. But where you configure this routing is in your application in the app folder. There is an extra file along with app module app routing.module.ts. So here you have to write the routing logic. Let me open the TS file. Yes, here. In this, there is a constant routes is equal to routes empty array. So here you have to make a routes. What routes? I need for empty uh, home components. So let me give an object. So it's this array contains a collection of objects. Here I'll take a path. Path is going to be the slash comma component is going to be the home component. This is automatically imported. Yeah. But one more thing you have to understand here is generally in your Express.js or Node.js, we will make a path in this way, right? How we write either app.get uh, path is going to be the slash, okay, or else slash employees, okay, either app.get or router.get if you're reading a routing of React, sorry, Express.js. So we write router.get employees, and we can write a function, right? Like arrow function, request, response, or listeners, and all. This is Express.js routing configuration, and this is Angular routing configuration. In Angular routing, we never mention the slash, okay? But here we'll mention the slash, remember? But here we never mention the slash. If you give the slash, it throws an error. So if it is slash request, it is not going to be slash. It's just going to be the empty. Empty is nothing but a slash only. Okay. Next, another one. Oh, sorry. Let's make another path. So path is going to be the slash employees, but slash don't mention. Only give employees, comma. Component is going to be the employees component. But it shows an error trailing white space. Same ESLint is applied. It's looking for some all nasty errors. I'll do one thing. I just disable that TSLint. Go to settings. If you want to disable the TSLint inspections, go to settings, editor, inspections, and here TypeScript. In this TSLint, it was enabled. Just uncheck, apply, and okay. So now peacefully you write a code, comma, another path. It is going to be the stocks and comma. So component is going to be the stocks component. STOCKS stocks component. Okay. So once you have made this path, automatically this router outlet is going to serve you but which path, which component has to be loaded dynamically. So as soon as you configure this, this will take care about what content to be loaded in the place of here. So navbar is common for every component. Navbar is common, but below the navbar, what to be loaded for what link will be configured here. So let's check. We have not made anything here. Only router outlet. Okay. It's again. is a TS file. Here it is the configuration. Now check. See, Angular routing, directly Angular routing has come, but there is nothing. See, if I am scrolling also, there is no nothing in below this, because for slash it is home components. So let's make slash employees manually. I'll make slash employees. Yes, I'm good. Welcome to employees. Okay. And when I make slash stocks, yes, I got a stocks. Fine. Sir, it's not like that. We have to click on the link. Yes. When I click on Angular routing, I got a home. When I click on employees, Angular routing only, because in the navbar we have not configured as slash employees and slash stocks. I think I given only slash. So let me go to the navbar and cross check once again. Go to the navbar, where navbar HTML. See here, employees and stocks. That's what display here. But when I click on employees, was a path slash. No, it's not slash now. It's going to be the slash employees. Yeah, here you have to give the slash. Stocks, you have to give the slash stocks. So href is slash employees and slash stocks. Save it. Now check. When I click on employees, it is gone to employees page. When I click on the stocks, it's gone to the stocks page. When I click on the home, it goes to the home page. Welcome to Angular routing. So employees and also stocks. But just observe very closely. When I click on the employees, see, page is getting refresh. Stocks also page refresh. Routing also page refresh. Because, but not because it is Angular. Angular means it should be a single page application. Single page application means you never see a page refresh whatever you do in the Angular app. That's called single page application, right? But here we are able to see the page refresh. It means Angular is not completely configured. Okay. So why the page is getting refresh is, here you have given a normal href. Okay. But what is the actual Angular routing concept says is, you must not use the href attributes, so that it will refresh the page. Instead of using href in Angular, see, from going forward, never give href in Angular. It is going to be the another attributes, that is router link slash. Okay. And not href here. It is going to be the router link slash stocks. And also for home page, this is also router link slash only. Oh, sorry. It is to be employees, right? Employees. Okay. So here router link slash, here router link employees, and router link stock. If you give the router link, then you never see a page refresh, because this is actually the configuration of routing. Now check. Home is working. Employees. See, slash employees has come. Slash stock has come. Empty has come. See, you never see a page refresh. So whatever you are clicking, it's working. So this is actually called as routing. Okay, fine. This is the concept. And next, but one extra thing is here. If I click on employees, employees has come. But how would I know that I'm on employee? Because employee has to be some color or some styles to be applied. Okay. If you want to apply such type of colors or styles, there is an extra attribute, that is router link active. You can give some class name called active. Okay, router link active. Let me give the same for stocks as well. Okay, and I can give this also here, router link active. Okay, so for this link active, for this active, you have to give your own styles. Let me copy this. It's just a class name. Okay, so let me copy this, and where we give styles. Better I go to navbar dot css. Where is that? Components, navbar css dot active. So I'll give the what do you give? Let's make font weight. No, let me give some text shadow. 0, 5 pixels, 5 pixels, and white. Let's check. Oh, both are active now. I think I made a mistake. Never give outer link active for the home link, actual link. Just only give for the navigations. Yes, now home the employees is active. When I click on stocks, stock is active. If I click on homes, I mean employees is active. When I click on stock, stock is active. But this color is not looks good. Change to something called black or some gray. Just to identify, you can give some background color or something. Fine. Okay. Okay, fine. Looks good. Uh, so we made this thing, but I want to do one small configuration. What is that is when I click on employees has to follow one theme, stocks has to follow one theme so that you can easily understand. Yes, we're in a stock page. Okay. So the small concept here is you want that or else keep the same. Okay, I'll just change this. Okay, employees. What is that? Employees.html. Yeah, Jumbotron. I'll give the bg primary, bg primary, and text to white. Okay, so this is your employees components, and then when I go to stocks, so I'm gonna give bg warning and text white. Yes, actually no one gave like this, but I want to clarify on which page we are easily to understand. So that's why I given this blue and this color. Fine. But one last thing we have to configure is we are not made a footer. So let's quickly made a footer, and then we'll see how to make the next steps. Okay. So let's quickly create a footer component as well. So go to terminal. Um, it's not there. Okay, let me select the components. Right click, open terminal. Let me create a last component, that's footer. Ngc footer. Let's take much time. Yeah, it's created. Let me configure that. But where you configure is in the app component.html. See, navbar is common, router is going to change, and but footer also common. Let's say app footer. Okay, footer is common for all the pages. So let's configure over here and go to footer, go to HTML. I'll make a basic steps now. Dot container, dot row, dot column, and let's make h3 copyright ampersand copy, and 2020 comma angular routing. So h6 all rights reserved. Okay, that's it. Nothing much. And here better I go with one footer tag, and here I'll give the class called class bg dark text white text center. Let me give some padding p4. Okay, that's a footer. Let's check. I got a footer, but here why the gap? I think because of Jumbotron. Let me give margin top 0. No. I think it's a margin bottom of Jumbotron, but that's okay. Don't spend much time on this styles purpose. I'll do a margin bottom 0. Yeah, it fits. Yeah, perfect. Let me give margin bottom 0 for stocks as well. So let's check employees and stocks and homepage. Okay, fine. So now at least the routing is successfully finished. Now my plan is I want to display an employee's data. I want to display the employee's table with some data, and that too, the data has to come from online through HTTP. Okay, so through HTTP, you want to get the data, but somewhere in the server, data should be there. So let's create some data and let me host online and get that from using HTTP client through service, through component, and then display. Okay, so the plan is first to create employees data. So I go to the regular website, that's Mockeru. I go to yep, here I go to Mockeru and let me go there. Yep, here yeah, same fields for employee. Stocks will change, but the employees I need the same data. ID, first name, last name, email, gender, IP address. That's enough. And how many rows? I just need some 50 rows, and then let's make not 50, let's make 20. Why so much? 20, okay. And then I'll make a JSON format and no null values, and then download. Okay, it is downloaded. Let me go there and right click, open in Notepad. Yes, this is the data. Okay, and let me host this data online. So let me copy as it is. How to host is myjson.com. I go to my JSON API, go there. Yeah, so I'll paste my JSON data like 20 records and save. Okay, so now I got the path. Okay, let me just copy the path, go to my notepad or somewhere. I'll paste it here. So this is employees path. Okay, so let me create quickly the service and make a, I mean, get this particular data. So let me go to services. Let's close all the components and all the files. Let's close once. Close all. Yep, fresh. Components is done. Okay, we made these components. Let's make a services. In services, I need two services. One is employee services and stock services. Let's create first employee services. So let me go to terminal. Yeah, but terminal is there in components folder. Cd space dot dot back to app folder. Cd space services. You can do like this, or I'll just select the select the services and right click open terminal. You can do. Fine. Here, how to create a service. How to create a component is I show you. How to create a component is ngGC component name, right? Same like that. You want to create a service ngGS for service and then name. Okay, it's create a service for us. Let me do ngGS employees. Now go check ngGS for service and employee. Just give employee dot service and all it creates automatically present. Yeah, it's created employee service. Okay, so go to services and here employee service. But make sure as soon as you create any service, it has to be configured in the app module as a provider because it's a data provider. So go to app module. Let me import that service. Let's make some comments. Services. Let's say import here employee service imported, and let me configure that as a provider. Okay. So once you configure that, you can start using that service. Okay. But here my plan is I want to get the employees data from this particular URL. If you want to get this from URL, you need to use the HTTP module, right? HTTP client module. But HTTP client module, first you have to configure with what do you call app module. So let me configure that. Let me import here HTTP client module, HTTP client module. So I write import HTTP client module. Sorry, HTTP client module. Yeah, let me configure that here where import statements, paste it, and we have to use that here. Uh, uh, 1 minute. What is the time? 6 o'clock. Fine. Let's take a just 2 minutes break and then we'll continue. Okay. Let me pause the video and I'll be back in 2 minutes. Yeah. So we have configured the HTTP client module here, and then we'll use that here. Okay. So once you configure, now employee service is dependent on HTTP client module. So let me declare as a dependency. Let's say private underscore HTTP client of type HTTP client. Okay. So once you've done this, let's make I have to fetch all the employees. So let's make a function to get all employees. So get all employees. So what do you do here? So public gets all employees. Okay, here I have to use this client to fetch data. So I write return this dot underscore HTTP client dot get. I need to provide the URL. Let's create a private data URL of type string is going to be, yeah, let me get the URL. I think I have made it here. Yeah, this URL to fetch the employees, copy and paste it. That. So this URL I have to provide as a get. Okay. Sorry, it's not like this. It's a this dot URL because it's a property of the class. Fine, but you have to make an observable. So let's make a get of any type, and then this observable of type any. Okay. It works if you made any, but the main thing is never make any in real time, because I'll change this now, because the TypeScript is made to not to occur any typing related errors, right? But we should be very confident that what exactly data is gonna come from the server. Okay, so it means what data type you have to typecast. See, when I hit this URL, I'm getting an array of 20 employees, and each employee is having some structure. And what is that structure is it having each employee having ID, first name, last name, and all these fields. Okay, so that's actually type of employee. So let's declare a type of employee. So never give any like this, but sometimes you can give, but make sure in real time never ever give like this. I show you what to do in this place, because anyway we are getting an array of these fields, right? So let's create an interface to make or to declare these types. So I do one thing in the employee services itself. I create right click new um, one TypeScript. Here let's say I employee. So I indicates just interface. Okay. Yep. So just cancel not to add to Git. Here you can write like this. Generally, in Express.js, you write a function or any class or something, and you are going to export it, right? Module.exports. But here it is not like that. Just call export interface like this. Okay. It automatically exports, and whoever imports it using this statement, it will be available for this class. Okay. So remember export. Even class you create or interface you create, make sure it is exported. Okay, here what is the plan? I need a fields like this. Okay, we have fields here. ID of type string, and then first name of type string, and the last name of type string, and email of type string, and gender, yes, of type string, and lastly IP address of type string. Okay, so we made this, and make sure you change it to. So what I'm getting is I employee, sorry, I employee array I'm getting. Okay, and same thing I also replace in the place of any. I'm getting an array of I employee objects. Okay, So we made this thing like getting data from HTTP, but I need to subscribe to this from the components. Let me go to the component once. Uh, Go to components, employees, .ts. Yep. Here I will create. Okay, I will create private or this employees of type I employee array. Okay, like this, because we need to store data over here, and the same data we need to data bind to the HTML. Okay, now so how to fetch data from service? So this component is dependent on the service. So let's declare a dependency. Like let's make a private underscore employee service of type employee service. Okay, so here ng on init. So as soon as this has been initialized, this is again what do you call it's a lifecycle method of Angular components. So ng on init. So here I have to fetch data. How to fetch? So this dot underscore employee service dot get all employees dot subscribe. So inside you will be having one function that will give you the data, and that data we're going to assign to this dot employees is equal to data. Okay, so the data has been attached to here, and let's use this data. Okay, let me use this data in my HTML and display like a table format. So let me go to HTML now. Here I'll display the table data now. Let's add what do you call okay, employee table, employee table. So here I'll write one section one container, one row, a single column, and then one table. So here I'll give the class called table, and table hover, and I need a table type and text center. What else? Table primary. Okay, so let's make a t head table row, and in the th. So how many elements are there? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, six tab. So serial number, and then let's make a first name. Let's make a last name, and I'll make email, and then gender, and then IP address. Okay, done. Let's check. Go to employees. Yes, I got a employees table, but it's not completely occupied over here. Better you do one thing. This whole section, I'll give a class called BG primary again, text to white, and just make some padding P4. It covers the whole background. Yes, now your table will display over here. Okay, fine. Table header, I need one color. Let's go with BG. But if you give primary, it will mix inside now. Let's go with BG dark. BG dark text to white. Better. Okay, fine. And below, we need to display the table. So what you do is below this, stay body in the table row. So I need to loop it, right? So looping, we need to use the ng4 directive. Let's say star ng4 let employee of employees and display. So let's write td here first watch id. So let's say employee dot id. So like this, let's make multiple employee dot id and the first name. See the automated these things are coming. So why automated last name underscore exactly is coming is because employees of employees, but employees we declared as I employee, and this I employee is we declared all the types. So that's why it's all the types are coming over here. Okay, this is a perfect way of doing. First name, last name, email, it's gender, and this is IP address. Okay, so let's check. Okay, I got all the 20 records, but I need slight bold because it's not at all visible. Bold means go to the CSS. Let me give dot table, uh, t body, table row, table data. Let me give the font weight bold. Check it out. Okay, bold text. So now we are able to get data from the server successfully here and display. Fine. Now same story we have to do even for stocks also. When I click on the stocks, see there is no data. So let me generate some stocks data in a online and let me do the same configuration over here and then click event of each element I want to display that data. So that process I'm going to see now. Okay. So first let's create stocks, same process. Go to here. Let me refresh once. Yeah, here I need ID, but I don't need the first name and all for stocks. Let me delete all other unnecessary things. Yeah. Add another field. Let's select something about stocks. E-commerce. Yes, is there. Na? When you select the commerce, so stock name, stock industry, something. I just select the stock name. So this is going to be the stock underscore name. Next, stock. Let's take the stock name, stock symbol. Okay, another field. Stock, stock industry. And then another field. Stock sector. And one last field. Stock, either market cap or money, anything. Okay, market cap. Okay, let's take a stock market. Okay, fine. So this fields I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes. Once you have done this, again some 20 rows and some different formats, null values, download. So you get some 20 different data of the stocks. Okay, some random data. So let me go there, open that in a Notepad++. Yes, I have a stocks information. Let me copy. Let me host it online using myjson.com. So go to myjson. Let me go to the main at myjson.com and here paste and then save. Yes, I got another URL. Let me grab the URL and let me save it on my notepad. Yes, that is for employees. And this is for stocks. Okay. So let's use the stocks with HTTP. So stock service and go there. Services. We have to create a new service called stock service. So back to terminal. In the services, create. How to create nggs stock. It creates a service automatically. So enter. Yeah, it's created. Fine. I also create the stock employee. I mean, so stock interface. So right click new typescripts. I stock. Okay, to make uh, the types. Yeah, let's make the types first. Let's make a export. I export interface. I stock. Yeah, it's there already now. I stock. Yeah, here what is there? ID. Let's make ID of type string, comma stock name of type string. Almost everything is string only. Stock symbol is string. and stock industry is string, and the stock sector is string, stock market is also string. Okay, done. So let me go to the stock service, and here it is dependent on HTTP clients. So we already configured that HTTP client module in the app module. So we just directly use this HTTP underscore HTTP client of type HTTP client. Okay. So once you have done this, let's make a function or method get all stocks. How? Public gets all stocks. But here we need to have a URL. So let's make it private. Data URL is equal to, you can make it as type string. Sorry, string is equal to, let me grab the URL, that is this one, copy, so paste, done. So once you have done this, what do you have to use this here? So just say return underscore HTTP this dot HTTP dot client dot get. I have to provide this dot data URL, and here you have to typecast, that is iStock array, and same thing I'm gonna give for observable. Let's say observable of type iStock array. Okay, looks good. Then I have to call this from the stock component. So open the stock components, stocks component.ts. Yep, here. It has to dependent on the service. So underscore, sorry, private underscore HTTP, not HTTP, stock service of type stock service. Then I make the stocks also. Let's make private stocks of type iStock iStock array, and then get data. So how to get data? This dot underscore stock service dot get all stocks dot subscribe. Here let's do one configuration. You get the data. Let me assign back here. Let's say this dot stocks is equal to data. Done. And let me use this stocks in my HTML. Let me go to HTML, but this table is as same as the employee table, because again same 6 fields are there. Let me go to the HTML of employee. Let me grab the same, copy. I go to the stocks component.html. I'll paste it. I just modify slightly. It is a stock table, and it is going to be the theme change. It's a BG warning and table warning and serial number. Okay, but I need the names you have to change. What are those? Stock name. That's a stock name, and a stock symbol. So not stock symbol, and stock industry, and stock sector, and stock market. Okay, fine. And add loop it. So let stock of stocks. So let's say stock.id. Sorry. Stock.id. And these are all we have to replace. Let me do one thing. The pickaxe. Let me do the paste of this line. Control D. Yeah, all stock IDs. Let me check once. What is coming? Yes, I got all only stock IDs. Let me make a stock name and all. And then first the stock name, and then stock symbol, stock symbol, and then stock industry, and then stock sector, and then stock market. Okay, so let's check. I got the stock data, but let's convert this to little uppercase. So I think we have done in employee rights. Yeah, same story. Copy. Go to the stocks dot css, paste it. So it looks little uppercase. Okay, fine. This is to display a data in a routing. Let's say if you click on employees, so employees data has come, and then when I click on stocks, stocks has come. Okay, so both are working. Home page, this thing. Next, the plan is when I click on each stock name, I want to. Okay, some more things are pending here. What is that is when I click on each stock name, actually I have to convert this like a link. When I click on the each stock name, the complete stock has to display in the next page, right? Stocks slash some ID. Okay. And also for employees, whenever I select an employee first name or something, when I click on that, that employee complete detail has to display in the next page. That's one thing. And also I have to perform the error handling because if some error happens, like suppose where is service, yeah, here suppose the server, suppose this server is down, okay, you can't able to access or this URL is wrong. So for these type of cases, you can't get data. So if you can't able to get data, you get just empty. Instead of display empty, I want to display the nice error message what went wrong. Okay, so how to handle HTTP errors from the service, I mean from the HTTP to the service to the component to the template. So how to bring the error messages back and how you gonna display if any error encounters in your application. So one is error handling and other one is the detailed um, I mean detail employee details and stock details, another two um, routers. Okay, so let's discuss those concepts in the next class. Okay, any questions, anybody? No.
Hello,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah.
Uh, See here we are using interface there.
Ha, ha, ha.
Once, can you open the code, sir? Yeah, the
Yeah.
interface.
Ah,
So yesterday we did not use any interface. Directly we are.
yeah, yeah, yes, sir. I use any as a type, correct?
Mhm.
Actually, it must be
So,
this type.
so what is the use of using this interface just to convert the
Interface.
data to?
Do one thing. Can you please go to TypeScript class? I think I told because when you create an object, right? We are not give the
Mm-hmm.
guarantee in the object how many fields are there. If you want to make it clear how many fields, it's like declaration. So once it's like you can
No, no,
call
no.
declaration or configuration.
Yeah, I got this, sir. Yeah, I understood the way you have written, but
Uh,
by you using interface, you can directly convert like yesterday that
we
directly you
can.
can use the data. What is the need of converting? Like, what is the need of using the interface there?
No. Here we can use any, right?
Yeah.
You can use any means actually any type. It can be employee array also will come, it can be stock array also will come. So just to make sure that 100% sure that yes, I am going to get the employee data only. So for that reason I'm using this. You can use any, but in
Okay.
real time we never use any because they will question you why you are using any, why can't you declare a type. Because sometimes what
Okay.
happen, we are, we know pretty sure that this is going to give the same amount of data because we already configured that data. But in
You are. Yeah.
future when you're developing actual real application, we are not sure the
Mm-hmm.
what backend developer is doing, right? So he may
Mm-hmm.
give some objects with all the fields and some objects with less fields. If you give any, right, so
Mm-hmm.
everything will be accepted. So you may face
Sure.
problems in the client side when you're trying to iterate drive. So
Mm-hmm.
stock dot name for some objects, stock dot name will not be there. It says it throws error, null kind of. Okay,
Okay.
to resolve those type of issues, so make sure you stop it here only.
Okay.
So that's the only reason. we can make it.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, fine.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's it. Thanks so much. And tomorrow we'll continue the same application, and also after that we'll start that stock. I mean, Spotify one music search app is there.
Mhm.
That app will start afterwards. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So thank you.